Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson, it's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm Noah Baker, inviting you to join Bart and his guests for the Jackson Blazer News and the upcoming 60th anniversary celebration, Benita Wade Deer, Ben Wade, and Alan Wade. From Northwest High School, Choir Director Matt Snell. From the Jackson District Library, Eastern Branch Manager Aaron Brzezowski. Realtor for Production Realty, Ben Kono. And from Columbia Central, students for their theater production of Willy Wonka, Jack Begeman and Timothy Schneider. And now, here's Bart.
Why, thank you very much, Noah, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today on what's turning out to be a pretty nice Wednesday afternoon. It is right now 41 degrees, exactly the same temperature it was 24 hours ago. So today, very much like yesterday, and tomorrow, very much like today, low 40s for highs, sunshine this afternoon. Tomorrow, clouds in the morning and becoming sunny, high 41. And then Friday, there is snow in the forecast for Friday. And right now, the National Weather Service has high confidence that it will be measurable and could be in the range of 4 to 7 inches starting late Thursday night, early Friday morning, and into Friday. Should be done by midday. But the Weather Service says, much like last week, we won't get the intensity of the storm. It'll be a much slower pace of snowfall. And with warmer temperatures, longer daylight, we will have fast melting on the weekend like last weekend. The travel impacts would be Friday morning. And then, after the weekend of warmth and melting, we'll have cloudy skies to start next week. Today's weather brought to you by Kelly Express. Kelly Express reminds you to pop in anytime. They're ready for you. And at Horton Road, for example, they feature Hinckley Donuts. And Hinckley Donuts were on vacation for the last week, but they're back. And so are the donuts at Kelly Express. South Street, Jefferson Road, Grass Lake, and the Galley and Napoleon. Every Kelly Express has something special and unique. And at these 4 locations, you can get pizza. It's made fresh, hand-tossed, the finest ingredients. And the pizza special for the month of March, 3-item pizza, and an order of cheesy bacon bread, and a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, all for $25.99. Thanks to Kelly Express. Quick look outside. We have the Skycam looking northeast and the Grand River Farmers Market there. A nice, bright, late winter, sunshiny day in beautiful downtown Jackson. You see the railroad bridge is under construction. Mechanic Street's closed as they hope to have that project completed by October. Today, Wednesday, March 8th, it is National Oregon Day, and it's International Women's Day, and we salute all women. Where would we be without women? Where would we be?
We wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. It's National Peanut Cluster Day, National Registered Dietitian Nutritionist Day, and National Proofreading Day. And I don't know, do people proofread anymore, or do they just let the apps and autocorrect take over? On this day in 1979, the CD, the compact disc, was first presented to the public, developed by Philips and Sony. They collaborated and produced a standard format so all CDs played on all devices. And Is that still a thing, the CD?
I'm wondering if our intern Ben knows what a CD is. Ben, do you know what a CD is?
Ben's pretty technical. He does know what a CD is.
Okay, I'm just checking. Just because you're young.
Kids don't know.
Okay,
Kids
employee, not an intern. Employee.
Kids don't know it. I saw an ad from the 70s last night, and it was a device that you hooked over your head, and it velcroed your phone handset, your landline, to the thing that hooked over your head, so you could have hands-free telephone, but it was still a cord wound down to the actual phone. You know, people don't know what I'm talking about, do they?
No.
I will have to find that. On this day in 1971, the fight of the century, Joe Frazier triumphed over Muhammad Ali. Ali had been stripped of his World Heavyweight Championship title in 1967, not for anything boxing, but because he refused to serve in the armed forces. As he was still undefeated, Frazier had to beat him to be recognized as the world champion. On this day in 1910, Raymond de la Rouche became the first woman with a pilot's license. She beat me. She was also the first woman to fly solo, and unfortunately, at the young age of 36, the plane crashed, and she passed away. On this day in 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members, disappeared. The Malaysian airliner, we've never known, we'll never know. We may never know, although parts of the plane have washed up on shore in the South Pacific, but we still don't know what happened. On this day in 1993, MTV aired the first episode in what would become their most successful series to that point, Beavis and Butthead. And on this day in 1950, known officially as the Volkswagen Type 2, the Volkswagen Transporter was unveiled, the Volkswagen Bus. 1950, it became a favorite mode of transportation for hippies, and they're very valuable, those vintage Volkswagen buses. And in 1936, the first stock car race is held, 1936, in Daytona Beach. Now on to Today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. As we see the Jackson County Courthouse and Jackson County Prosecutor's Office building, where they're all right now at Drug Summit 7. It's happening at the American One Event Center. It goes until 3 o'clock. There's still time to jump in and be a part of that, thanks to Drug Free Jackson and the Jackson County Prosecuting Attorney's Office for holding that event, focusing on the devastating problem of heroin and prescription opioid abuse in our community, and in particular the emergence of fentanyl and its connection with drug overdose deaths in our community, state, and country. It's a national crisis. Fentanyl is actually, it's a man-made drug. It was developed and used in hospitals for many years, but now it's being mixed in with heroin and other drugs, causing, well, unfortunately, it's killing people. Here are some of the booths and exhibitors at Drug Summit this morning. We'll have more photos this afternoon from JTV's Jeff Steers on our website at jtv.tv. Prosecutor Jarzinka hosting and welcoming those in attendance. And Jeff says they had a really nice crowd. Mike Hurst, one of the organizers and participants, panel discussions, guest speakers, and more at the America One Event Center at Keeley Park. This afternoon, the PBA Jackson Classic continues. The final is tomorrow. Tomorrow night will be the championship games. Today they have qualifying. The top 24 players advancing out of qualifying. They are doing that this afternoon, and then tonight at 5 p.m. it's the top 12, and then those that advance out of there go on to the championship rounds on Thursday afternoon at Jacks 60. And that's it, pretty much all that's happening today in the J, presented by Experience Jackson. High school girls regional basketball this week, going into last night's semifinal round. Jackson still had 4 teams alive. Today, 0. Here are a few highlights from last night's win by Blissfield over Hanover Horton and Ipsy Harbor Prep over Columbia Central from JTV Sports. Congratulations to all the girls basketballers in high school as their season wraps up. A great season for our teams. A lot of incredible hard-fought games. Very talented athletes. Well, thanks for playing. And tonight, the boys districts semifinals. JTV Sports will have coverage later tonight and tomorrow, right here and online at jtv.tv. Today's show is being brought to you by Fortress Cares, presented by the Fortress Cafe. See how Fortress Cares is caring for those going through cancer treatment in Jackson County. You can be a part of that. Visit fortresscares.com, bringing a meal, a shake, flowers, coffee to those in cancer treatment, just bringing a little bit of sunshine to those enduring the fight against cancer. Thanks to Fortress Cafe and Fortress Cares. We have a great show lined up for you here today. In just a few weeks, it's going to be the 60th anniversary of the Jackson Blazer, and we have the first family of the Blazer, the Wades, with us. Joining us in just moments, Benita Wade Deer, Ben Wade, and Alan Wade. They're up next. Also today, Matt Snell, the choir director at Northwest High School, getting ready for their musical. Aaron Brzezowski from Jackson District Library. We have Realtor Ben Kono from Production Realty, and a preview of the Columbia Central production of Willy Wonka with two of the student actors, Jack Begeman and Timothy Schneider. All here today on JTV. Thanks so much for joining us. And we got started with the Wades right after this.